Welcome and thank you for joining me here today on Beneath the Calm. I'm Jacinta Yang, your host, founder of Jacinta Healing Arts. I'm a holistic practitioner, and I'm so fortunate to have so many supporters supporting me in creating this show. This space was created for people to come together, share insights and tools to navigate through life's challenges. It has been quite an eye-opening for me during my healing sessions with my client, the journey they go through, and I go through with them. And my previous client, Ivan Liang, who was a guest, shared his story of how he came out of his abusive situation and now as is living a very happy life. It's quite an honor for me to see the transformation happen in my clients' lives, and it really is rewarding to be on this journey with them. Quite often, my work with a client, I help them through their life challenges, trauma they've gone through. And today's episode is about getting my spark back. This is a client who is a massage therapist who actually have gone through a very toxic relationship and came out of that relationship. She's working currently and will be joining us shortly, but in the meantime, I'll share a little bit about her story. She actually felt that she was losing her spark. Actually, her coworker said to her that she's lost her spark. And as a healer, we tend to forget ourselves and carry on taking care of everybody else. But Felicia Sheppard, she felt that she needed to take care of herself and decided that she liked to go on this healing journey. And her coworker, Lisa, referred her to me. And when she came to me, she had shared her story of what she was going through and how she has been dealing with her ex stalking her and giving her the insights and sharing tools with her, help her to overcome that. And I just want to share that if anyone out there that are going through the same thing, take the time, look at what you're going through, and have the courage to step out of your space and find a healing for yourself. Many of us don't know that we are actually suffering. We just think this is just a life matter and continue to, struggle and think, okay, I need to be strong. But strength is really taking the time and taking the step to make a change. Now, I also like to say I'm grateful for my clients and friends who supported me in creating this show. I'm as an introvert, I prefer quiet times. But because my mission is to help people, I want to help people to know there is a space out there for them to seek help they need to be able to have a happier life. And many of the men suffer silently. And having gone through the journey with Ivan, that's what inspired the idea to create this show, Beneath the Calm, because most often we all show a calm exterior, meanwhile we're suffering inside. So my job is actually to really try to help take out all the things that do not serve us and be able to let go and feel lighter and be happier. And I want to thank also Talk Radio for helping me come out of this comfort zone of coming out and talk to you live. It wasn't it was an easy step for me, and but I needed to because I needed to make sure I fulfill my mission, and my mission is that to help people out there to be happier. And so we each of us need to know what our mission is, what our goal is, to take the step. Be brave to take the step. The first step is hard, but once we take the step, it will become easier. Just as I have taken the step to be out here live with you, as nerve-wracking it may be, but I'm sure in time it'll be okay for me, and it'll be okay for you too. If you don't have any support, seek out some support, friends. And there's nothing to be ashamed of or to be embarrassed about what you're going through, because we all need someone to lean on. And knowing where to find them is very important, because we all deserve to live a happier life. And it takes courage. It really takes courage to actually admit, even to ourselves, that something is not right. Or it's okay to say that, I'm not happy. I'm not happy in this situation. I'm not feeling my best. So the only thing to do is know, understand yourself. What is your best? I also have a YouTube channel at Jacinta Healing Arts and a podcast on Spotify, Self-Aware Soul. The content is all about personal and spiritual growth, where you will get tools and information how to navigate through the different challenges in life. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to admit to yourself, or even to people that are close to you. People will understand. There's a lot of people going through the same thing, only sometimes you don't know they are. So if everyone shares their story, then you have the ability to find the answers. This space here beneath the calm is basically for anyone that wants to come together, share their story without judgment, and it's safe. And perhaps your story can help inspire others to take the step to move forward. When we move forward, we have an opportunity to be happy and be a better self, and we can share our story and encourage and inspire others, just as I have done. It wasn't easy. I know people said it must have taken a lot of courage to write your story. I have written 3 books: Take Charge, Reclaim Your Life, and Be Your True Self, out of which I have actually facilitated Take Charge of Your Life workshop, which was very successful, and people of all different ages were there, including seniors, and they were very surprised that even at their age, they were still learning tools, how to help themselves with their daily struggles. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to seek information or places where you can find help. Because when we do take steps and work on ourselves, then only we can bring ourselves to a happier place. Now, anytime if anyone feel they like to know more and would like to connect with me and have some chat, I'll be happy to connect with you and be happy to guide you. I have 3 books, Take Charge of Your Life, Take Charge, Reclaim Your Life, Be Your True Self. And my second book is My Spiritual Journey, Life as an Empath. Now, this book, Let Your Heart Speak, Truth Lies Within. This was inspired by my work with my clients with whom I felt most common struggle people had is really speaking from their heart, speaking their truth, because they're afraid they'll be judged or they not be liked. So what that happens, it in turns, there's some miscommunication because people are really not saying what they want to say, what's in their heart. And when the communication barrier breaks, it puts an effect on the relationship. And then sometimes relationship deteriorate just because of the fact that we're not really speaking what's in our heart. So I encourage you, if there's anything that you feel that you like to speak, how you feel with your partner or friends or colleague, just be authentic, be yourself and speak it, because it's better to speak it's better to speak the honest truth or painful truth than a kind lie, because people know where you're at, or can they feel that they know where they are with you. They know where they stand with you. So this way, your friendship, your relationship is an authentic and honest one, because there's nothing better than speaking your truth. In the meantime, while we're waiting for Felicia, hopefully she's able to get away from her work to join us so she can share her story. And I'd like to thank you once again for being here. And if anything or anyone would like to share their story with me and be a guest, please reach out and I'll be happy to share your story with you. And we shall be taking a break shortly. Thank you for being with me.
Are you a conscious co-creator? Are you on a quest to raise your vibration and your consciousness? I'm Sam Leibowitz, your conscious consultant, and on my show, The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, we will touch upon all these topics and more. Listen live at our new time on Thursdays at 12 noon Eastern Time. That's The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, Thursdays, 12 noon on talkradio.nyc.
Are you a high-achieving, growth-oriented leader? Are you interested in developing your authentic leadership while creating a healthy, inclusive workplace? Hi, I'm Dr. Mira Brancu, host of The Hard Skills on talkradio.nyc at 5 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays, where we discuss how leaders develop the hard skills needed to make a greater impact. We interview experts, have live coaching, and tackle these challenges. Listen to The Hard Skills on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern on talkradio.nyc.
Are you a purpose-driven individual looking for deeper healing, clarity, and growth? Welcome to the Expansion Room, a transformative space for purpose-driven individuals. I'm Siobhan Larice, host, licensed therapist, and coach. Join me every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on talkradio.nyc.
You're listening to Talk Radio NYC. Uplift, educate, empower.
Welcome back to Beneath the Calm. Thank you, Felicia, for joining us today from your busy schedule at work. I'm so sorry that I'm troubling you, but we really appreciate your coming on to share your story that will probably help inspire many other people to have the courage to take the journey that they can take, that you're taking. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself, your work, and what inspired you to go on this healing journey with me? I know you mentioned that a while ago your coworker said to you you lost your glow or your spark, and that just after 2 sessions, and she said you got your spark back. Please tell us your journey before you started your healing journey with me, and a little bit about yourself, what you do, where people can reach you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Jacinta, for having me on set with you. It's definitely exciting to be here with you today. My background is in massage therapy, and what brought me to you was I was in a relationship that ended up being really abusive and controlling, and I noticed that with interacting with this person, it allowed me to. It, I felt really dull. Like I felt like, can you hear me?
Yeah, a little louder.
Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay. Um, Interacting with this person, it it pretty much like crushed my spirit to say the least, where you don't think the same way, you don't operate the same way. And I noticed it, and it wasn't that it just I wasn't the only one that noticed it. My coworkers noticed it, some of my patients noticed it, family, friends, and I felt inside myself that something wasn't right, right? Something was wrong. And even coming from a healing background myself, there was there's sometimes where the healer also needs to be healed, right? And really deciphering for myself what area I need to focus. And through the colleague of mine, she did recommend, coming to see you. And I'm very happy that I did. Very, very, very happy that I did.
Well,
And
I'm glad she did, and interestingly, I don't even know her. I have not even met her, and
yeah,
I'm amazed that she actually heard about me and recommended me to you, even though she has a friend who does Reiki.
yeah.
And you mentioned that you didn't imagine the process of getting your spark back was so fast. I mean, I think in just 2 weeks. So can
Yeah.
you tell me why do you think that is? Is it because I'm hard on you with the homework?
No, I think you definitely come from a perspective of experience and then come from a perspective of love. And it's tough love because you're pushing through uncomfortable, I guess, feelings, uncomfortable emotions, uncomfortable. Um, you're like that guide that guides you through the uncomfortable trail and path. But as you go through, like you're providing that light, that clarity, that understanding that everybody needs to better, give them the tools to stand firm in their situation, standing up for themselves, building their strength back, building their confidence, and being able to heal and navigate the situation that most people don't have the education to do. Like even coming from a healing background, like you could heal somebody, but even though you know the situation, it's like you're trying to navigate the situation in the dark yourself, right? So having another guiding light through the situation is definitely a gift and something to definitely be appreciated.
Thank you. I'm glad that you found it helpful. Actually, I am like, I do give tough love to my clients. I say, I'll take you on as a client as long as you're willing to do the homework, or
Yep,
else it's not going to work.
yep.
And you're one of the really good students who really implement all the tools that was given to you right away. And I'm so glad that, you found that it really worked almost immediately. And can you tell me a little bit about how you're implementing it every day in your life right now?
Every day in my life, there's so many skills that you taught me so far that are invaluable. And I don't think I would have learned them anywhere else. But one of the greatest ones is like the scans, the daily scans to know, okay, what's your energy from somebody else's energy? Um, how to block yourself from receiving negative energy, and especially with all that's going on right now in the world, like you don't really being able to decipher that. Um, and just really being attentive to yourself
Mm-hmm.
and giving yourself that self-confidence, that the I am affirmations, and being attentive to those little things where you may have felt they may have been a backwards voice, but bringing that subconscious voice now to the forefront to say, okay, hey, listen, there's these things that you need to be attentive to. They're being said, they're being felt for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the body scan, the attentiveness, and giving that small voice, that voice inside your heart, a louder microphone.
As you know, from my YouTube content, the different little bits and bits of tools there. Now
Mhm.
you've been listening to them and using them in your. Can you tell me how that has been helpful for you?
It's you do definitely give the homework to like, listen to your YouTube videos. One of the ones that I was really um I guess inspired by or like really had to play over and over is the self-love, the self-care. And again, like I said, it just brings back that awareness to self, like, you're deserving of love, you're deserving of this, all the things that you did not get in from other people, you're now starting to feed it to yourself, right? And recognizing that you're worthy of all these things, right? And you don't have to depend on other people to get it for you, that you could get it and build those things inside self, right?
Exactly.
And the more consistency with applying them, the more you realize, okay, it works. You're creating that consciousness and that mindset in order to do it. And you feel the difference sooner. Like if you, again, don't do your homework, you're not going to get the education that comes from being attentive and doing your homework. So doing your homework on that regular basis creates that constant programming in your mind to say, okay, this is this is what needs to be done. This is how you need to be thinking. This is how you need to be operating, and this is how you need to have a perspective going forward in life.
So tell me, you're a massage therapist. What actually drew you to the energy healing? What made you feel that you needed the energy healing and to find me?
Well, being a massage therapist, you work with people's physical bodies, right? You're constantly in contact. So you have your own energy that you dispense, but then you also have the energy of people that you do tend to pick up at times, especially if, like, people aren't well or they're in pain or something to that effect. And it's hard to help people if you're not in a good space,
Hmm.
right? I do like my job, love my job. Like I love helping people. Likewise, like you, there is definitely a glow and a benefit of being able to reach out and help somebody through their journey of whatever they're going through. But it's hard to do your job effectively if the physician himself are not in the greatest space. So I realize it's not a physical ailment. It's not like, okay, I hurt my shoulder. It's not like, something's wrong with my brain. It's you look for the right practitioner to help you with the issue that you need. And I've been introduced or heard about, I guess, being in the holistic field of Reiki therapy. And when I started to literally feel after, interacting with the ex that I was with and all the negativity and all that stuff. I'm like, it created a whirlwind of environment of negativity and that stuff. It kind of like sticks to you,
Hmm.
right? And even when you're no longer around that person or you're no longer in that direct space, it still kind of trickles off
Hmm.
and rubs off, I guess you could say. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to get it off. How do you get it off? How do you get this energy cleared? How do you get this energy out of your space, out of your bubble? And I'm like, Reiki, right? Reiki is a place where it's like a practice where it's like it's focusing on your body, but as an energetic body rather than a physical body.
Emotional.
Emotional, yes.
So I know right after a couple of your session, you encountered a very scary situation with your ex stalking you, and
Yeah.
you mentioned you were able to handle that differently. Can you tell me how was it different, and what if you didn't start your journey? How do you think you would have reacted?
Yeah, it was actually quite a scary situation. I'm actually very grateful that I started the program with you because it would have definitely gone along a lot differently. But when he, so like you said, like we separated everything, and then he did try to, I guess, in the process of me building myself back up, and like, like you said, a lot of people in your past are going to start to come back because now you're no longer attached to them and you're starting to build back up, like you said, get my spark back. And he then tried to approach, and I was able to, with strength, mitigate the situation, do what needed to be done, like, contact the proper authorities, reach out to family, friends, village, people around me for support and protection to make sure that my safety was definitely the number one priority. And I think on the flip side, if I didn't have that confidence and I wasn't starting the healing journey and putting myself as priority, my safety, that I'm deserving of love and not deserving of the harsh treatment, I probably would have allowed him to come back and, like, state his piece or whatever he wanted to say, and would have put myself again back in that whirlwind of danger and chaos, right? But starting to build myself up, realizing that, okay, there is a difference when I'm separated from you and I don't have to be a part of that chaos, and creating that peace for myself, that I don't want to invite that back in, creating those borders, like not only emotionally, physically, like in everything else, to make sure that that type of mentality stays away.
So would you say that having done the journey, even though it was only a two short session, but it gave you that confidence to recognize that you are important, and then have the confidence to contact the authorities to,
I would,
make your police report. I think we'll be going into a minute break. Maybe after that we can pick up that story from there.
okay.
So we should be going into break shortly.
Okay.
Misalignment within your sales team or with the client stalls deals and creates unnecessary friction for you and the client, resulting in up to 37% lower win rate. If you're in pre-sales, sales, sales management, or sales enablement, and you'd like to increase revenues, win rate, margins, client satisfaction, and stay competitive, this show is for you. Hi, I'm Art Fromm, host of the Making Seamless Sales Show. Please join me live Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern on talkradio.nyc.
Hey everybody, it's Tommy D, the nonprofit sector connector, coming at you from my attic. Each week here on talkradio.nyc, I host the program Philanthropy in Focus. Nonprofits impact us each and every day, and it's my focus to help them amplify their message and tell their story. Listen each week at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on talkradio.nyc.
Hi, I'm Linda Marcanico. The A Train to Sedona is a memoir about my journey to love and compassion. It's also the name of my new broadcast on Wednesdays at 12 noon. When we are spiritual, we embrace possibilities and ideas, which strengthen our mind, body, spirit, health, and wisdom. On the A Train to Sedona broadcast, I plan to interview guests who embrace these expansive practices. Join us on Wednesdays at 12 noon on Talk Radio New York City.
You're listening to Talk Radio NYC at www.talkradio.nyc. Now broadcasting 24 hours a day.
Welcome back to Beneath the Calm. Thank you, Felicia, for joining us today. just before you came on, I was talking about encouraging people to take that first step, come out of their comfort zone, to take the step to heal and get them to where they need to be in a happier place. Now, we was just before the break, we were just talking about how having gone through the journey, it helped build your confidence and also become more self-aware and knowing you're important and your health and wellness matters, your happiness matters. And so, in order to do that, you have to build boundaries. And also, it took the courage to actually report the stalking to proper authority. Now, can you paint us the picture of what that was like?
Um, of course, it's indefinitely like a very scary process, like a very scary experience to go through. But with the building blocks that you gave me regarding, like, boundaries, why they should be there, and how to put them up emotionally and mentally, it gave me the confidence I needed to do what needed to be done, right? And that clarity without being swept up into the chaos of the emotions of the person that I was dealing with, put up those emotional boundaries to say, okay, hey, no, I'm worthy of safety. I'm worthy to feel safe. I'm worthy to be loved. And these things are not reflective of love, right? And they are harmful. So, with that confidence you have in yourself, even though in a situation where you feel scared, you feel alone, like you feel like at any point in time this person could pop out of the bushes and attack you or something to that effect, like you don't feel like, okay, a victim mentality. You feel empowered to do whatever needs to be done. So when I was able to reach out to the police officers, I was able to have a level mentality or level mind to say, okay, hey, this is what I seen, this is what I reported, and able to, like, document everything clearly and not just be, I guess, in a tailspin of emotion of anxiety to say, okay, hey, this might happen, that might happen, but like no, I was able to be calm, breathe, relax, and confidently.
Take the steps that you need to take.
Exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
I want to thank you for having the courage to come on here with me today because, Felicia, there are a lot of people that goes through the similar situation, being in a toxic relationship, being stalked or being abused. And a lot of time people blame themselves for what they're going through. So they don't actually seek out help. And with you sharing your story of how you came out of it and how you're handling it now, it will inspire people to know that, you know what, it's not my fault and I need to protect myself and seek help. And so I really want to thank you for that, and especially taking time off from your work right now and taking a break. And I really appreciate that. I'm sure a lot of people out there will appreciate this time that you're giving to them for sharing your story. Now, what would you say to women that are going through something similar?
Women,
Or men?
um, or men, because honestly, it can happen both ways. Um, but especially to women, I know in this world, like, it doesn't seem like we should have much of a voice regarding, like, standing up for ourselves. We're I guess trained from a very young age to be very attentive to family, to friends, to our partner, to, I guess, submit and give them what they require, right? And sometimes at a cost of our own strength and our own, like, I guess, confidence and ability, and just a cost to ourselves. But one thing I would just empower every woman is that, like you said, like, you're valuable, your voice matters, your health matters, you as a person matter, right? Irrespective of, the person that you're with in a relationship or your kids or in any environment that you're in, it is important that you're well to even be able to help anybody around you. So making sure that you're in a safe environment, that you're in a loving environment, and there's people around you that love and care about you to make sure to see that you're doing well, right? And don't be shy or don't feel any shame when you're in a situation that doesn't suit you, right? Be bold enough to say, okay, hey, this is not good for me, this is not well. And, endeavor on taking that healing journey or whatever journey that you need to take to make sure that you're in the best place that you need to be for not only yourself, but your future and the people around you and the people that love you.
So, Felicia, we've gone into a month of your healing journey.
Yeah,
In this month, would you say you felt supported throughout your journey?
I definitely would say so. Like I have, it's it's very empowering to know, like you feel like in the midst of the situation that you're all alone and nobody cares about you, nobody loves you, all the things, all the negative things come swirling through your head. But as soon as you start to reach out for help, like you'd be surprised how many people love and care to make sure that you're okay, you feel supported, and definitely with you, Jacinta, like just, coming to you and explaining my story and the situation, like constantly messaging me and kept checking up on me or sending me videos and homework that shows that, that you care and you want to make sure that I'm well. Or even like family members, like, now hearing the situation or friends is like, okay, hey, like they'll check in a little bit more than they normally would to say, okay, hey, how are you doing? How are you feeling today? Like, did you eat today? Like little stuff like that, but just even the little stuff to show that, they care about you, they care about your well-being. And that's the type of environment that anybody should want to be in or should endeavor to be in, especially when you're going through a journey like this.
Yeah, I guess as an empath, it's both a gift and a curse when you can sense people, what they're feeling. And when people are doing their healing journey with me, I can't help but be able to feel what's going on with them. So
Yeah.
I have to reach out and check up on you guys. As I said, the healing journey is not only about the session time, it's outside of the session time. You have access to me, and anytime you just feel like you need a support,
Mm-hmm.
I'll always be there, and I am there. And this is what I offer to my clients so they don't feel alone going through this journey. Now, you've also mentioned that you get more than your money's worth. Can you tell me a little bit about that, please?
Because it's not just, okay, you come in for a Reiki session and then you leave. It's like, oh, I feel better, right? But having that access to you outside of that and, your plethora of amazing videos, like you get a full-rounded education, a full-rounded support, like not just while you're there, but it's like you have like now another person in your life, in your village that helps you navigate through this process, right? Which is more than you say for any much practitioners that are in the healing journey. Like if you go to your family doctor, you only interact with them while you're there and then you leave. You have to do it all by yourself. But to having that additional support outside of just that session is a game changer in terms of getting more than your money's worth, because essentially your money's worth just pays for the time session, but the additional access to the information and the support that you get outside of that is just nothing but a bonus, nothing but a blessing, to be honest.
Thank you. We're going to go into a break right now,
Okay.
and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, oh. So I just want to say that anyone who feel that they need some help and don't know how to go about finding their way to get out of the situation, please know that there's many resources out there that you can search, or you can always tune in or connect with me. I'll be more than happy to help and guide you at any time. And just so you know that you're not alone, you have so many support out there. When you seek the support, you definitely will find them. There are different resources, even for women. There's Women Support Network. You can always even go to YWCA. And for men, I think there's also YMCA. I have a contact, actually one of the contractor, who says he was also abused, and he was able to join in some of the programs. So just so you know that you're not alone. There's so much out there if you look for them. Oh, oh. I guess we still have, I was looking, I think we still have time. So maybe we can talk about how we can, encourage people to take the initiative to start the healing journey.
Definitely. Um, Honestly, I think everybody deserves to feel healed, to feel well, to feel healthy, to feel safe, right? And if anybody is ever in a situation where you don't feel like you're smiling, you don't feel happy, you don't feel like you're glowing, you don't feel like your usual self, whether it be from, again, in a relationship, from a job, or being in an environment, or just the stresses of everyday life, right? I think everybody should be encouraged to, seek out the proper help that you need to heal, to recover. And like you were saying before, just that there's so many, I guess, different avenues that you could reach out for help to support you in the healing journey. But definitely, you know, reaching out to you personally, Jacinta, as a reflexologist, as, like, a Reiki healer, for that support and that guidance all the way through. It makes a difference, like I said before, to go through a dark path or be in a dark space mentally, emotionally, physically, in any space, and have that guiding light beside you to help guide you with every step, right? Whether it be, the block the boundaries that you now need to put up that weren't there before. Whether it be, like, doing the scans of your emotions, of your energy, to see, okay, hey, this is me, this is not me, this is, or, building yourself all those building blocks of I am affirmations, like, I am safe, I am enough, whatever it may be. But everybody deserves to feel happy, to feel safe, to feel valued, to feel loved, and endeavoring on that journey, and you won't regret a single day of it. As soon as you start, you're going to feel that this is where I'm supposed to be, this is how I'm supposed to feel, and everybody deserves to feel that way, indefinitely.
I guess now we are going into break.
Okay.
Okay.
On Frank About Health, we're not just talking healthcare. We're managing disruption and innovation. Over the last 4 years, I've taken you from epilepsy and COVID to mental health, caregiving, and now the front lines of healthcare transformation. Stay tuned for a healthier future as we bring on the innovators, professionals, storytellers, and advocates who show you how to own your healthcare every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on talkradio.nyc.
Ready to serve up success with a splash? Hi, I'm Bruce Kramer, a.k.a. the Corporate Cockroach.
I'm the Renaissance woman, Angie Snowball.
And I'm your strategy doctor, Dr. Navtej Desange, inviting you to serving up success with a splash.
Join us as we shake things up with real talk and real strategies centered around awareness, action, and accountability.
And yes, there really is a cocktail involved. Please join us and sip your way to success.
serving up success with a splash, where wisdom meets happy hours. Cheers! Cheers!
You're listening to Talk Radio NYC at www.talkradio.nyc. Now broadcasting 24 hours a day.
Welcome back to Beneath the Calm. Thank you for joining us today. We're so grateful to have Felicia sharing her story. This space, Beneath the Calm, conversation about life matters, is a place where we share our story, share insights, and be able to navigate through life's challenges. And Felicia, a lot of times people, they say, I need help, but they don't actually do anything to actually help themselves. I guess when I first started this healing journey, I was softer, I would say, more, a little kinder, and was easier. So I was not so strict with them getting the homework, but the result was kind of slow. But since I decided to change my technique on making sure that people are accountable for their growth and in their journey, if they want to really get better, they need to work on themselves, because I don't have a magic wand. All I can do is give the tools and insights for you to work and guide you and show you how to use the tools. So I'd like you to please share your story as to why it is so important that, using the tools, and actually start using the tool rather than, going on with your own merry way and not improving.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, it's all in accountability. It's one thing to say you need help and actually receive help, right? Like it's like that classic
Can you
old saying.
put the speaker close to you? Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, hold it.
Good. Okay, there we go.
That's better.
Good. Like I was saying, it's the classic old saying. It's one thing to say you need help, but it's another thing to receive help. Like that classic saying where it's like you could bring a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. Um, it's all about accountability. If you realize you're in a situation where it is beyond your level of control, it's beyond your level of, knowledge or comprehension, and you realize, okay, I raise up my hand, I need help, right? And you seek the proper help and you have the proper help in front of you. But now it's like you said, you don't have a magic wand, and that person can't be there every single time you have a thought, every single time something happens, right? But they work with you, like you said, they're a guiding light to help a person through. And like you said, you provide not just during the session, but outside when a person needs help, you're, a message away, you could help assist. But again, it's an assistance. You have to actually want to get better. You have to take accountability. And with accountability, it means you have to count. You have to think about what you're doing. You have to think about your actions. You have to think about the tools. You have to apply the tools. You have to know what tools to apply in what situation. Like there's a process of working through the healing process. It's not like, okay, you come to a healer and all of a sudden you're not going to be healed. No, you have to endeavor to go through the steps, go through the process, go through the journey to get from one place to another, right? Putting one foot in front of the other. And if, you want help and you desperately realize that you're in a space that you don't want to be in, you have to want that for yourself and understand that you're deserving of it. There is like you said, there's a lot of people that come and they have a softer approach, and it is loving, it's coddling, but you have to come outside of your comfort zone, right? Because where you were comfortable was in a place of discomfort, but now to go into a place where you've never been before, you have to do something you've never done before. So if you're doing something you haven't done before, it's going to be uncomfortable, but your support is there. All the tools you need is there is to actually account to yourself and to the people around you that you're doing your work you need to do to get to where you said you need help with.
So, when I got you started on your journaling, now can you tell me how that journaling has been helpful for you?
Oh, the journaling has been immensely helpful. Um, because especially to go through a dark situation, there's a lot of thoughts that you realize that come and kind of go and swirl, but being able to write them down systematically in a regular way, you're able to also go back and review certain patterns. Is this thought from you, or is it from an interaction you had with somebody? Or was it like, the feeling you had of the day, oh, it's Monday's the start of the week, or maybe it was just a weekend thought, or you're able to not only, get those thoughts out of your brain so they don't continue to circle, but you also are able to go back and review and assess yourself to say, okay, hey, um, I could see why I was feeling that way that time, or I could see why, you know, this happened or whatever, but you're able to see the full picture rather than just only focusing on the present feeling or the present thought or the present emotion of it all, right? Really being able to review yourself, look at yourself in the mirror as a slideshow movie to really see the full picture of what you're going through.
So, actually, the purpose of me getting the clients to do the journaling is actually show them where they were and where they are there today, which reminds me your self-assessment is coming up, your homework. And I've had a client who was referred to me. I had a call from somebody who said to me of all the things that he was going through. And he said, but I have no intention to change. So I said, okay. I said, I'm sorry to say you're not qualified to be my client. Then he suddenly says, oh, I think that I need you to help me. I said, now I need you to actually have to convince me to take you on as a client because I really don't want to be wasting time when they're not ready because the time is so valuable that I can give to so many people who are really willing to help themselves to find themselves in a happier place. And I want to thank you once again for sharing your story because your story is going to help many people going through similar situation. Now, I want to say that Felicia is an excellent massage therapist. I even had a session with her. It was amazing. And Felicia, could you please share a little bit about your business and how they can reach you?
Okay, so my business, I'm a registered massage therapist. I've been a registered massage therapist for about uh 9 years now. Um, I work with a clinic and I also do mobile visits. I treat everything from sports injuries to workplace injuries, motor vehicle accidents. I guess my niche is really finding a problem and really fixing it, and that's definitely one of my passions. Um, I could be found at www.divinezoetherapy.com where I do mobile visits. And again, on Instagram, divine.zoe, ZOE.therapy. You can definitely reach out and book me for mobile appointments. And I definitely be happy to work with new patients and, help everybody in their healthcare needs. Well, not in every healthcare need, but in the massage therapy needs. So that's where I could generally be found.
Thank you for joining us today. And I guess now you get back to your busy schedule. And
Yes,
thank you for your time. And I'd like to thank all the listeners for joining us today. And as I said, anyone that going through a rough period or going through a situation that is not serving you, please know there are support out there. There are many people going through a similar thing. And I'm also here. I can be reached at jacintahealingarts.com or jacintahealingarts@gmail.com. I have a YouTube channel at Jacinta Healing Arts, or podcast on Spotify, Self-Aware Soul. There are many contents there that will help with your personal and spiritual growth. Check them out, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you. Bye, Felicia. Thank you.
Hi, Jacinta. Thank you for having me.